Heyo, and welcome back, y'all, to One Piece chapter 1040 spoilers. Today we're going to be talking about spoilers for the upcoming chapter, so if you do not want to get spoiled, please do not watch this video. To even go the extra step for people who just browse on YouTube and you have the video auto playing a little bit, I will not add any images to this video as well, just in case they don't want to get spoiled that way either. And with that being said, for everybody who is here to be spoiled, welcome back, and we're gonna hop right into it. First off, we have the chapter title called Words That Have No Effect on the New Generation. I love this because it almost implies that Big Mom, as she's being defeated, she gives a lengthy speech to the new generation, Law and Kid. She might even say something along the lines of, "You do not know what you're doing. You are taking down a Yonko. I am Big Mom. You have no idea the responsibilities that are going to be shirked onto you." And then knowing Law, Kid, and even Luffy, they're just going to say, "I don't care, you are going down no matter what." I love the title because it implies that Big Mom is going to give a somewhat lengthy speech as she's falling off of Onigashima. Next up, we have in the cover, Niji and Yonji flashback to when they were beaten by Big Mom. This makes me kind of curious because I'm like, oh yeah, of course, they all got defeated by Big Mom and her pirates as they're trying to escape Whole Cake Island. And it's like, wait a minute, they escaped, Jinbei escaped, they all kind of got defeated. How did they get out of that situation? It makes me assume that the next cover page we're gonna get, it's gonna be something wild, like, oh, Jinbei to the rescue, or the red-haired pirates show up. You know what I mean? Like, how did they get out of such a sticky situation when they were all bodied by Big Mom and her crew? Then again, we haven't seen Judge or Reiju get defeated thus far, so who knows? Maybe they actually are the ones who saved the brothers. And I could be completely wrong though, because I do not keep up with cover page stories that well. Like, I am the worst at it. Like, I'll look at a cover page, I'm like, wow, that's kind of cool. All right, moving on to the chapter. And then, like 5 cover pages down the line, I'm like, wait a minute, this was a story. And I'm like scratching my head like an idiot, and I'm having to like look up some theories on what's going on here. But anyways, next up, Big Mom manages to withstand Kid's attack. And I just have to say it right now, I'm taking a big fat L. I admit it when I'm wrong. Last chapter, I put all the cards down saying Big Mom is defeated by Kid's electromagnetic cannon. In this chapter, it turns out she's still alive and still kicking. That cannon did a lot of damage, but she withstood it. She is Big Mom. She has too much power, too much hockey. She cannot go down quite yet. And then, like you guys were saying, she started taking lifespan from the objects and homies around her, putting it into herself. She showed a glimpse of that last chapter when she broke her hand, and then she easily healed it by taking some soul and putting it into her arm. It's really interesting when you think about it, because Big Mom could technically take all of her lifespan and keep on recycling it into herself until she just dies tomorrow or something along those lines. So technically she's like invincible, but somehow Law actually stops her. What I am assuming is that Law actually shambles either her arm off, he cuts it off and he's like, oh, shambles, and then she can no longer grab the souls, or he just shambles the homies away, because last chapter we saw that Big Mom actually has to be up close and physical to take a soul. She can't do it from long distance, she has to be nearby, hence all the pictures of her snatching souls from her sons, the homies, and etc. I did like the theory of Big Mom doing like a Shadows Asgard like Gecko Moria and just start hurling souls all over across the world into her body so she could be just completely invincible, but that doesn't seem like it's the case. Although I really do wish we had at least 1 or 2 scenes back at Whole Cake Island where everybody's wondering what the heck is going on, all the homies are dying. I think that'd be a pretty cool scene, and I'm wondering if that will happen next chapter once Big Mom is finally KO'd and unconscious. Also, it's kind of poetic that out of everybody that could have stopped Big Mom, it was actually Law, because Big Mom has this ability where she could potentially infinitely recycle her souls and shorten her lifespan to become invincible, and she's defeated by Law, whose devil fruit allows him to perform an immortality surgery. I seriously cannot wait to see how Law ends up stopping Big Mom, mainly because last chapter and the chapter before that, every time Law is attacking Big Mom, he always says, hey, Kid, this is my last attack. I have no more power. I can't use my awakening anymore. And then every time after he says that, he pulls out another giant W, going past his limit and attacking Big Mom yet again. So if he uses his awakening again, like, that is just a massive freaking W to his endurance and stamina. Next up, we have Kid keeps shooting Big Mom until the floor collapses. Big Mom falls down through the armory, taking Kazenbo and all the bombs along with her. I am excited that this is actually a plot point. This is something I said last chapter, a little bit altered, I must say, but the fact that she does take the bombs down with her is just, it's crazy, because we just lost 2 giant threats on Onigashima. We were worried about Kazenbo, we were worried about the bombs and Big Mom, and then with that hole that Law created, we solved all of those problems at once. A second ago, I was praising Law for extending past his endurance and continuously attacking Big Mom every time he says he's spent and out of energy. And in this chapter, I also have to praise Kid as well, because last chapter, it looked like that electromagnetic cannon took most, if not all, of his strength to attack Big Mom with. And in this chapter, when we read the spoilers and how he keeps on shooting Big Mom, it's like, wow, like, how much energy does he have left? That cannon looked like a one-shot, one-kill type of scenario. But the fact that he's continuously shooting Big Mom until the floor crumbles is kind of insane to me. And also, that means that Big Mom is freaking monstrous. She took so much damage last chapter, and this chapter, she took another attack from Law, and she took another continuous barrage of cannon fire by Kid. And not to mention, she was still going. She was still going until she had to take Kanjuro's fire demon, which would not extinguish, plus all of the bombs on Onigashima to take her down, plus a freaking 5,000 feet fall onto Wano. Personally, I was okay if Big Mom was defeated last chapter by all the attacks that Law and Kid hit her with. But now, by reading this chapter, to anybody who had doubts of Big Mom's abilities and endurance and strength, this chapter should leave you with zero room for doubt, because Big Mom is a monster. Even when she got hit by all of this, every attack imaginable, she was fighting on the rooftop, she was fighting down here non-stop, with all this hockey being used up, being attacked by 2 awakened devil fruits, being thrown off of Onigashima, she still survives. The fact that Big Mom declares, hey, this won't kill me, that means that she is 100% still alive. She is just KO'd during this fight. Alright, so real quick, I have to admit, the elimination of Kazenbo and the bombs, while they were worthwhile in taking down Big Mom, and like they were super substantial, I have to say, it is a little bit strange to think of Yamato's position right now, because her whole objective from leaving that rooftop with Kaido was, oh, I gotta take care of these bombs and Kazenbo, Kanjuro's fire demon, because they will destroy Onigashima. That was her goal. And now she's in the armory. She made it past all the guards. She made it past Big Mom and everybody else to complete this mission. And all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, it's all gone. Kazenbo's gone, Big Mom is gone, the bombs are gone. What does she have left to do? Unlike the other pirates of the Alliance that are worn down by their one-on-one fights, I would say Yamato is still probably at full capacity, if not just half capacity. So she has a lot of room to actually provide in this war still. And I'm wondering where she could place it. I could see her going up to Orochi, which, I mean, it's a little bit silly if she were the one to defeat Orochi, but if she does consider herself Oden, then I guess in some ways it is fitting for her to end Orochi. I could also see her fighting off CP0. I think her energy would be better spent there, because CP0 is a bigger threat than Orochi. And since Hiyori and, Denjiro and everybody else might take care of Orochi themselves, I feel like she's better spent with CP0. Alright, so next up we have, as Big Mom falls down through the bottom of Onigashima, she thinks about Roger. Why didn't you just say it before you die, Roger? What exactly is One Piece and where is it? I love this because it shows Big Mom's ambition towards becoming Pirate King. All of the characters in One Piece that are after the One Piece have some sort of goal in mind. Luffy wants to become the freest person out there, and nothing is more free than becoming Pirate King, and to become Pirate King, you need the One Piece. Kaido wanted to find it because he wanted to become Joy Boy to some extent. And now we have Big Mom's reasoning, which she just is curious about what the heck it is. But to be honest though, if the One Piece is like Joy Boy's treasure and he wanted his inheritor to come through and to find the One Piece and complete his journey, then I really think Big Mom might have been a little bit disappointed once she does reach the One Piece, which Oda did say there is tangible treasure there. There is tangible gold there. But it's more than that as well. There's also a story behind the One Piece, and while Big Mom might appreciate the gold and the glamour and the title, I don't, like, there's no part of me that believes she will look at it and be like, oh wow, Joy Boy was amazing. I need to complete his journey and finish his mission. In some sort of poetic way, it reminds me of a couple chapters back when Kaido said, oh, I couldn't become Joy Boy. It's like Big Mom's version of, oh, I was never meant to be Joy Boy. So next up we have, as Big Mom falls into Wano Kuni's hole, she tells Law and Kid not to think that she's going to die this easily. We see a huge explosion in the hole caused by Kazenbo and the bombs, and the narrator proclaims Law and Kid as winners of the battle. This is, bro, Oda has been reading the Reddit subforums. He is following all the theories and all the people saying that until we see that text box, that Big Mom is still standing. This chapter, he confirms that Big Mom should no longer be in the picture. It's really funny in retrospect when you think about it, but since the beginning of this raid, we always knew that Luffy would take down Kaido. Like one-on-one, like they're chilling up there, Luffy's gonna win, right? But Law and Kid versus Big Mom has been one of those big mysteries of Wano. It's one of those big debate starters, and you don't have this for any other fight, right? Like Jinbei versus Who's Who, we knew Jinbei would win. Zoro versus King, bro, Zoro slapped the man. Sanji versus Queen, easy dub. Law and Kid versus Big Mom. I don't know, man, like when you mention Law and Kid versus Big Mom, you have like 1,000 comments, people raging back and forth whether they should or shouldn't beat her. And with this proclamation that Law and Kid have won, it is Oda's way of finally settling that debate. No longer will you look at the comment section and people are saying, Big Mom's not done yet. She's gonna stand back up. She's coming back next chapter. Like, I don't know, man. I can almost imagine people are gonna say, oh, that text box is lying. It has a question mark at the end. Just watch. She's gonna come back next chapter, guys. She's not done like this. I do like that she does say that she's not going to die this easily. I didn't expect Big Mom to die during this raid. I still don't expect Kaido to die during this raid, but they will definitely be defeated. And Big Mom being defeated but not dead is the best way for the story to progress, because we all know that Big Mom has ties towards Elbaf, and that's one of the main driving factors of why people thought that she would either leave this raid with a W, or why she might just be stalled until she just has to leave eventually. And with Big Mom being defeated but not dead, this is a good way to have her in the next arc, but maybe not as a villain. Big Mom's whole character is very arrogant and egotistical, which rightfully so, right? She is a monstrous powerhouse that became Yonko of the New World. So I don't blame her for having this authority and entitlement towards her power. But I'm wondering if this defeat by Law and Kid, the next generation, the supernovas, will humble her a little bit. Maybe she'll sit back and retire, and she'll be like, hey, Katakuri, you know what? Why don't you lead the Big Mom Pirates, and I'm just gonna sit back and travel the world. And then maybe she might even meet up with Mugiwara and his crew at Elbaf, and she won't be a villain. She'll just be a simple storyteller and passerby. Personally, I think that's the best way for the narrative to go forward, but if you guys disagree, I totally understand as well. So yeah, what do you guys think is gonna happen to Big Mom's character moving forward? Next up, we have Momonosuke tells Yamato that Zunesha is near. He can finally distinguish who the voice is in his head. Yamato is surprised and asks if it's the elephant that appears in Oden's journal. Momonosuke says, yes, it's Joy Boy's Nakama who committed a crime 800 years ago. Oh boy. We get confirmation that Joy Boy had pretty much anybody that had the voice of all things was his Nakama. That explains the Sea Kings, that explains Noah's Ark, it explains Zunesha, and I'm just curious. I am hungry to know why Zunesha was punished, why Zunesha was forced to endlessly roam across the world for 800 years. I am so curious to see what Zunesha did to deserve this 800-year punishment, and if I had to take a wild stab at it, I would say that the person that doled out this punishment was none other than Joy Boy himself. And I'm just curious, because like if you really think about it, if Joy Boy and Zunesha were Nakama, and if Joy Boy were to say, hey, Zunesha, we're good friends, but you messed up. You need to repentance some way. I need you to walk for 800 years until the next Joy Boy appears. In that way, I could see Zunesha saying, okay, you're my captain, I will do what you say. A theory I've been hearing, which I do not believe in at all, but I just have to mention it because I think it's kind of funny. People have been mentioning that Zunesha, if it was Joy Boy's Nakama, then it might be an actual person that ate the giant elephant fruit, and they're now roaming the earth, and it's actually a person that's gonna pop out of nowhere. And I really don't believe that because, one, why would this person stay in elephant form for so long? Two, how does the seawater not affect them? And three, how do they live 800 years long? Even with a Zoan Devil Fruit, you still age, you still die. Living 800 years would not make any sense at all. Unless the previous owner of the Opi Opi no Mi performed the immortality surgery on Zunesha, which would also make no sense whatsoever. One more thing, I think it's kind of funny that Oden's journal is so detailed that it even has information about Void, Century, Zunesha, and Joy Boy. If Big Mom really wanted to find the One Piece, just steal Oden's journal apparently, because that has all the juicy lore in there. And I'm just like, bro, once Yamato joins the crew and she shares this journal with everybody, I feel like we're gonna get a pretty hefty lore dump. I really doubt it's gonna say anything about the One Piece, but it is gonna drop some major hint towards who Joy Boy was and the legacy he left behind. All right, and with that being said, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Sai, and honestly, it just warms my heart knowing that you guys are liking these videos, watching them, whether you like spoilers or you don't like spoilers. It's just cool that you guys showed up, commented, liked the video, subscribed, and I don't know, man, like they showed that YouTube chart and I could see it on the back end of like new people versus returning people, and the amount of people who return and watch my videos, man, like it's phenomenal. Almost like more than 80% of people who are subscribed to me come back and watch my videos, and that's I looked it up to compare it to other YouTubers because, you know, I'm a jealous guy. It is really good. It's above average to what a lot of other YouTubers experience, and I honestly feel really blessed that you guys take time out of your day to watch this. And I'm just a simple guy making videos, man. Like, I don't research this, right? Like, I'm not on the One Piece wiki, like Googling, you know, like, what is the One Piece? Like, what's happening here? Like, what does Big Mom's shirt correlate to what she said in chapter 52? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a regular dude. I'm like you guys. I read the chapter, I talk about it, I get things wrong. Like, sometimes I make a mistake in these videos. I say something that is completely wrong, and, you know, like, I can't edit it out afterwards. Like, I understand I mess up, and the fact that you guys are chill with that, you guys are super cool. Like, I couldn't ask for a better community, and you guys have given me a lot. And yeah, getting a little bit emotional. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me on this video. See you guys in 2 days for when the chapter releases. Let me know all your thoughts about this chapter, what you think about Big Mom finally being defeated, who you think Zunesha really is, and what Joy Boy punished her for, or him or her. I still don't know. I think it's a him. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.